What's going on, everybody? Frank here for the Bakersfield Gentlemen with some great news to give to you guys. Our good buddy Hack over at Vintage Havana Lounge in Ridgecrest, California has come up with an amazing promotion idea to help us out and to help out Cigars for Warriors. So basically, if you guys have not yet become a supporter of the Bakersfield Gentlemen, by starting May 1st through the rest of the month of May, he is going to match every donation made to Cigars for Warriors. So you sign up to become a supporter for $4.99 a month, he is going to give $4.99 to Cigars for Warriors. So you guys, if you want to help us out and help out Cigars for Warriors, make sure you guys hit that Become a Member link at the top of the page, or when you're commenting on our videos, hit that little teal shield with the heart. Thanks a lot, Hack, for helping us out with this. Hopefully this will help us out and help out Cigars for Warriors. Y'all have a great one.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Man, good morning, Hack. How you doing today?
Great morning, fellas. How you guys doing?
Oh, it is great over here. Nice, good weather lately. I mean, things are slowly kind of creeping open here in Bakersfield. Couldn't complain one bit. And good morning to everybody out there. Sam, Larry, I see Chris, Brian, Brett, and Daniel. Thank you guys all for joining us.
Jeff.
You guys, is Jeff on there too?
That's all, Jeff.
I'll pop it up on mine. I'm sorry, Jeff, but thank you for watching. Either way. And today we do have a special guest. We got Jim Hack, and he's the guy who's making that video that you saw just a second ago possible. So Frankie can show off his little promo skills. And I don't know how to thank you enough, man. I really don't. What made you come up with this idea? Because it's probably better than anyone that we've had so far.
Yeah.
So you know, I've gotten to know you guys over the last year plus with helping Chris out when Chris opened up the lounge here in Ridgecrest, Vintage Havana. You know, Chris has done a great job, and you've got, you know, me and Bill and Kevin and Tony that are helping him out. But Chris has put his, you know, livelihood on the line to do the stuff, and you know, helping him out. I get an appreciation for, especially after going through to PCA last year, appreciation what everybody does and what the community's about. And I really have come to appreciate what you guys do. And you know, myself and Bill, we've been supporters for a while, and I'm just sitting around going, you know, when you have these drawings every month, that is awesome. And you know, Bill and I, you know, at least one of us is usually winning something a month, and it's just like what popped in my head is like, there's not enough people competing for these prizes, which means there's really not as many supporters as I'd like to see you guys have. And you guys have really stepped up during this last couple months. The morning show, I mean, you guys do everything you can. And for me, it was just like, you know, it's just one of those things. I know people are that watch and participate. You know, it's one of those things. They just need one little extra thing to get them over the hump to go, oh yeah, I should do this. And so I just started thinking, what could I do to do this? So came up with combining it with Cigar for Warriors. My son's a hospital corpsman in the Navy. We're expecting, hopefully in the next few days, he'll be getting back from a 6-7 month deployment. So you know, combining those two things, it means something to me, and I'm hoping it's helping y'all out.
It absolutely is. Like you said, that little extra push has been phenomenal, unbelievably helpful. And yeah, like I couldn't even thank you enough for it, because it seems like it's been exactly that catalyst that we needed to start moving forward, and honestly to start getting our butts into gear to do even better of a job that we could possibly do. I think we really needed that push, and it's not just helped us with sport wise, but trying to make better content wise.
Yep.
And yeah, I feel like I'm saying this too many times, but thank you, man.
Well, not a problem. You know, one of these days when you meet my wife, you'll have to thank her, because you know I had to go to the boss to get approval to do this, and she didn't hesitate. You know, so kudos to Debbie for that, and going on. So what are you guys smoking this morning?
Want to go first?
Oh yeah, I'll go first, because you guys actually have something from the same company. So I'm going with this Liga 9 in the cigarillo size, a birthday gift from this guy, one of my younger brothers, who tried to, they let me walk right in there and buy it. I don't think they did. You're 6, so yeah.
I'm doing this last cowboy in the Maduro,
Roger.
Sinistro Cigars, who we'll
So
have on later today.
Yes, we will.
yeah, so this morning I went to go out on the front porch because the way the sun sets, it's better on the front porch. But the neighbor's dog started barking, so I decided to move inside. So as soon as we're done, I've got this pre-release. There we go, Mr. White Gold. It's another thing that is phenomenal about your deal that you have going on. I can't remember if it was the second, no, the first, either a first, third, or a morning show, and we get on and I start talking about how the night before I'd smoked my last Mr. White Gold, and the guy from Zeal came on and said, "Hey, I run a shop in Arizona, and we still got them." Yada yada yada. And before the show was over, I had 3 5-packs on the way, and I'd never run across Zeal before. So I mean, that it's just that what you guys are doing to promote the whole industry.
Yeah, there are so many awesome shops and just good people throughout the cigar industry, and it's hard to even pick a favorite or this is who you should go for sure. And I think that's a good reason why we like to try to promote everyone we can, everyone who's really doing something to help everybody out.
And I really think that for us not being attached to any one store specifically, because I know there's some shows out there, they're sponsored by one company or one shop. Even though we do a lot of work with Cigars and More, I mean, that's who gave us our start. So that's why we're always there. We're loyal to them. Plus, they're here in town. But
the corner,
they do not care one bit if we go to Ridgecrest and do a show for Chris, or they don't care if we're down in San Diego doing one, down at Expose or Lord Puffer. They don't mind if we go right up the road to Fresno and do one at Cigars Limited. They're totally fine with that. And I think that's given us the freedom to really expand the show and show a bunch of different retail shops and lounges, so that people can see other stuff. I don't want them to say, "Oh, they're always at Cigars and More. They're always at Cigars and More." So when we get a chance, we like to travel and do other lounges and other shops. When we go out to Dallas and we meet up with Chris sometimes, we'll find different shops and lounges out there.
Such a fun experience.
Yeah. So anywhere we're going, we're trying to find a new spot to promote.
100%. And I think it just goes to show that it's not a selfish industry. There's enough for everyone to keep going forward. And what's that? That's a rising tide brings up all ships. If we could do good for somebody over here, why not help somebody out over there? Just get the word out about deals or whatever. I know it's not like we're driving thousands of dollars every day into people's pockets, but just a good word here and there, I think, will go a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, when I came to realize how tight knit and how much camaraderie there was in the cigar industry, it's PCA last year. It was our first year. Chris, the owner of Vintage Havana Cigar Lounge, he brought me and Bill, and it was all three of our first time, and it was just. It's not, one person against this person in this store, that store, this brand in that store. It's all about promoting the whole industry, and that's what I love about it. And Chris is doing a great job. I know we had to shut down for a while. He's back open for takeout again,
Nice.
And so we've always had limited hours because we all have other jobs. So. During the week, he's open from 5 to 8 now. And then this is a flex weekend for the base. So I think Tony's going to be there from 1 to 5 today is what I think I saw. And in the weekend hours are, but Chris has had his phone number up. So, if you can get a hold of Chris Patterson, we'll figure out a way to open the store to get you what you need.
Nice. You don't get that in a lot of other industries, honestly.
Yeah. What's your guys' situation up there in Bakersfield now? Is it still takeout only, or have you opened up more than that?
No, we've actually opened up a bit more. Cigars and More 2 has now opened the lounge in the back. to members only. So if you have your locker there, you can go in and sit down. They have the much bigger lounge area, but smaller humidor. Cigars are more one is open for retail, and she'll allow 3 to 4 people sit in the lounge, so it's not overcrowded because that's a small lounge to begin with. But yeah, it's nice to be open again and see that foot traffic starting to come back.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some guys I haven't seen in months because that's how we see each other. We see each other at the lounge, and everyone feels like, yeah, we're here pretty often, so yeah, we'll just see you next time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there wasn't a next time for a while, and that sucked. I didn't realize how pivotal just having a place to congregate at was. You forget those things, you take them for granted.
Sorry, my smoke's going right in your face.
It's all right.
And real quick, Matt saying big shout out to all the brave men and women who have served our country and are currently serving our country. His son is Navy. His daughter is Air Force. He was a Marine, and his dad is retired Air Force. So they're just missing an Army guy in there somewhere, and they'll have the whole thing.
In the Coast Guard.
And the Coast Guard.
I like it.
Absolutely support all those folks. Frankie, I know you were in the Navy. I was in the Navy as well. And it's not just the people that were in and served active duty. It's the family, it's the brothers, the sisters, the wives, the kids. The guys and gals that are out there now and the ones that came before. It takes a family, it takes a village to be able to do all that. So it's all appreciated.
100%, 100%. That's another reason I really do love Cigars for Warriors.
Yeah,
it's it may not seem like the biggest product out there, and people overlook it because it's a cigar. It's like, oh, well, okay, well, yeah, sure, send one. There's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot that they do. Not just cigars. I mean, everything that you need to go along with them. Some magazines just to help out. Some coffee now. It's crazy how much they have grown.
That's cool.
And what kind of just hopefully a little bit of normalcy they bring to people overseas, doing a very difficult job. And
Peter says, believe in the hashtag BOTL, Brothers of the Leaf.
Yes.
Richard says, what's up, fellas? Jeff said, I've been to 5 cigar lounges so far. His favorite is Cheroot and Modesto. I've not been there yet. I've been to a cigar club. And furthest was Boysdale in London area. Wow. Tom, how you doing? Good morning. And then for those of you guys just joining us at the beginning of the video we've been playing recently, you guys will see a quick little commercial for our Facebook supporters group. Now, if you haven't yet become a supporter of the Facebook page and you guys are able to do so, it's $4.99 a month. They do it just like a Netflix or Hulu subscription. Our guest today is Hack, and he is the one that has so generously said that he will match any supporter through the month of May and make that into a donation for Cigars for Warriors, which is just fantastic. We actually got to meet our first Cigars for Warriors recipient just by chance right before Cigars and More had to shut down the lounge part a few months ago. And just hearing him say that, I got one of the packs when I was overseas. That was awesome. And to know that by supporting us this month, you're also going to support them and help them get more stuff, especially in this time right now. It's just amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I know Bill Deem at our shop at Vinny Savannah. He's our Cigar for Warriors coordinator, and so we've got the donation box so people can donate cigars to the collection point. We keep them down in the humidification, and then when we get enough of them, Bill sends them off. So Bill's kind of our guy that you can do anything. We normally just throw any tips that we get over into the Cigar for Warriors area, and from that standpoint. So, but Bill does a great job with that, and so that's the one thing I got to get with Bill and figure out what the best way for me when this is all done, when it's time to pay up, what the best way to get the money to them, whether it's just go through the website or go through Bill or that. But kudos to the guys like Bill at every shop that's doing that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if it wasn't for our local event coordinator, I wouldn't even known about Cigars for Warriors. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't around us at the time, and we hadn't been to any big event yet. It wasn't no PCA yet, no TPE. Heck, the biggest smoke we went to was probably a Romeo Julieta event at the shop for a while. And then all of a sudden, Mitch right there checking in saying, hey, Hack. Mitch comes to us like, hey, have you heard of this group? They get cigars to military and active duty or active war zones or to third world countries for a year or more. And I was like, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be helpful. And sure enough, these guys are doing some hard work getting these over there, because then you find out the companies can't help ship anything. They can't give anything. So they got their hands tied. And it blew my mind. And I was so happy to be able to help in any way that we can, just get the word out there. And then, yeah, like you said, the event coordinators are doing a lot of work to keep this going.
Yep.
And to really help spread the word.
Cam, how you doing? Sorry, I missed your comment.
So, fellas, it was a neat surprise yesterday to see the new store go on. I kind of blew my cigar allowance yesterday at the store.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We kind of got a little overzealous once they showed us, hey, you can design whatever we have as far as product goes and customize it however you want. And I have never had that kind of freedom for merchandise before.
I think that was actually one of the biggest problems for us as far as merchandise goes, is everybody we talked to, we had to pay up front, and we didn't know, how many sizes of this are we going to need? How many sizes of that are we going to need? And to kind of just pull the trigger and order a bunch of stuff and not know if we'd be able to sell it, just to make ourselves whole was kind of something hard for us to do, especially right now. Our main job, we've been not working for a couple of months now. We found a website that actually says, here's our inventory. It's blank. You put your logos on where you want. We'll charge you this much, and we'll ship it for you. And that was amazing. So, once we found that.
Great. The different T-shirt options. I love the fact that you got the 3/4 long baseball sleeve shirts. The other thing I really like is sticker options have size options, right? So really like that new design with the second, third with the skull. And so I ordered, a couple of the 3-inch stickers, and then the next size up, the 4-inch, because I have one there, and they even, I think, have a 5.5-inch option. So,
yes.
And I don't think there was a price difference between the 3-inch and the 4-inch. So
kudos
to you guys for finding that.
Yeah, the stickers, I mean, really, that was more of a, just because people were asking us for stickers and we didn't have them at the time, we figured, you know what, here's the stickers, we'll make it one flat price.
I've lost your guys' sound. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
I'm sorry. You can't hear us?
I can't hear you.
Dang it. Oh, no.
Oh. Quick, back on. Mute. Keep talking, Frankie.
How we doing now? Can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, sorry about that.
I don't know what happened. I apologize. But, for the stickers, we've tried to set it as low as possible just so people can get them out there. And, man, I'm going to be so excited when I see them on people's humidors and stuff. We got a couple already saying that they're gonna send us some pictures. And I was blown away how much simpler it was as soon as we found these guys. Frankie was just stumbling on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And found this new site called Launch Cart. If anyone out there has anything they need to make merchandise for, whether it be a fundraiser or just something you want to do as a hobby, if you make some cool shirts or designs, check out Launch Cart, because they are on it.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Yeah, and again, like I was saying, the options on the shirts is great. I've always been a guy that liked the 3/4 baseball sleeve shirts, and you got tank tops and regulars. So I got some of all that coming. Awesome there, fellas.
Yeah, and thank you again though for helping support the shirts beforehand. I really do appreciate that. But I'm so happy that. Because we didn't even have color options before. Like, I could only do one at a time as far as colors for shirts. And as soon as I saw this, like, man, I hope people like this better. I really hope this helps out and at least makes it a little more personal to each person, a little more personalized. And I already know that I want like one of each color shirt. So I got to slow down myself too.
So I can't wait till we can get together and have some more barbecue. We got me cooking, and we got Kevin, one of the other guys that helps out at the shop. He's makes his own barbecue sauce. I think did we have that the last time you guys
Yep.
were down?
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
So
We had it in Vegas too.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin brought sauce up there. So yeah, it's phenomenal. He right before the all this business, he was working on a new recipe. It's called Applejack, and I think he used Jack Daniels. And I got one of the pre-release runs of that, and it's phenomenal.
Oh wow!
Oh man!
Yeah, all those sauces he made were fantastic. I remember being out at Vintage Havana for the 1 year, and I just tried the pulled pork on its own, the little sliders. And I was like, this is fantastic. And then I saw those sauces, and I started reading them, and I picked out two that I thought I would like. Loved it. Went back, and I was like, well, if no one's looking, I'm going to try the other two. And yeah, I can't tell you how fantastic that was.
I know I ate a little too much that day, but 100%. What's that? One more time?
I said, yeah, Kevin does a great job with those. So
absolutely,
oh,
yeah.
Oh man!
And I like how I believe it was JJ that won the sauces out there. Yeah, he loved them too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he can't stop talking about him. I'm pretty sure he's mentioned it on the Lord Puffer show now too. And yeah. Once this is all over, because I was hoping we all could hang out at PCA, and then obviously that got canceled. I'm sad, but I mean, sooner or later, everything's going to open up again. We're all going to hang out, and we're going to have another cigar soon. It's got to happen.
It'll be interesting. I think Bill Deem is the only one of us at our shop that has been to Lord Puffer live, and of course we've been hanging out there virtually since JJ moved down there. Which technically he's moving this week, but since he's been with them. But to me, I think that's going to be like the first big thing that I want to do when this is all over, because where I work, it's a little more restrictive. Even if California starts backing off some of the stuff, I've got to wait for the big guys to say it's okay to move around. Once we're able, that's running down to Escondido and hitting there, and then eventually getting back to Vegas and back to go see Raj.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, Jeff says out in Livermore, they do a program called Fly Fishing for Veterans. They set up a perimeter and stock it with trout so they can learn how to fly fish. That's awesome.
Nice.
That is awesome. So with PCA being canceled, unfortunately, have you talked to Chris about going to TPE next year?
I haven't talked to him. So TPE was what month again?
Oof, I
believe it was the end of January, beginning of February, somewhere in there. I don't remember exactly.
So yeah, I'm sure Chris will be looking at all the options in that. It'll be a good thing for him to actually talk to you guys and some other folks that actually went this past year. And, I've heard you guys talk on the show about how, Premium Cigars is a piece of TCP. And
definitely.
I remember that great interview you guys did with Rocky. You guys talked about how that show was.
Yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun there, but it's definitely a lot different than PCA. Although the cool part is that all the cigar stuff was all in one spot, so it felt like just being at a mini PCA right inside itself right there. And a lot of the guys seemed a little more relaxed though, like the reps and stuff.
Yeah,
it seemed like they were able to move around a little bit easier, focus on their clients a little bit more, and I really did appreciate that. And I hope they do even better this year, because I know they've been growing that premium tobacco side quite a bit, leaps and bounds, they told me. And I'm excited to see what it is in 2021.
I just can't wait till they merge a large-scale cigar show with the large-scale beer, wine, and liquor show. So you go to Rock Mattel's booth, you grab a cigar, you walk down a ways, you grab yourself a nice stout beer or a little shot of something. Just really merge the two together because they go so well together. I would love to see a big event like that. Boom.
I do appreciate that, but I would like to see them bring in a lot of coffee vendors too. I
Yeah.
can see myself
Yeah.
Being awake for days just drinking coffee after coffee if they line them up for me. Oh man, is there a drink that Hack that you would bring into that too? Like maybe not or if you could think of one, even if it's someone we already kind of mentioned, like if there's a certain kind of stout or a IPA or something that you like that you could add to it.
So I had to quit drinking beer. I had gastric sleeve surgery about 3.5 years ago. There used to be a whole lot more of Hack back in the day. And, so beer's one of the things that I never got back to because it just foams up and it hurts. And trust me, it hurts that I can't drink beer. I was a brown ale stout kind of guy, but I've been smoking cigars probably on and off in the early years, but I had my first cigar 30 years ago, right? Yeah, premium cigar, and what my go to more often than not is port, a good port with cigars. It's a little sweeter, a little too sweet for some folks, but to me, and it's also kind of Navy tradition. You always hear people back 100 years ago drinking port and smoking cigars. So there's a little bit of throwback with that as well. But that, or I'm a bourbon fan, so you get any kind of decent bourbon. The last 1.5 2 years, I've been on a Four Roses kick.
Good stuff.
Nice. Then we actually have a new tequila company coming on a show later today. Dame Mas Tequila, and they finished their stuff in sherry cast barrels. So I'm curious to try that out. Mm-hmm. Someone mentioned on the show before, and we were lucky enough that somebody else was like, "Hey, they want to pair some cigars with their tequila." All right, yeah, that sounds perfect. So there's so much out
great.
there.
Yeah, my favorite Scotch is Glenfiddich, and my favorite variant of that is the 21-year-old that is. And you used to not be able to get it because the way they used to advertise it, it was finished in Cuban rum barrels, and they finally got smart, and now they're finished in Carib rum kegs, and you can buy it in the States now.
That's smart. Yeah, it's a little name tweak just to keep people happy.
Yep.
Oh man, I have not tried that though. I'm gonna have to find me some. Oh
yeah.
All right, brother, we're out to our last minute, and is there anything you want to let everybody know about before we wrap up?
So again, as far as this goes, can't say enough about these guys here that have me on today. Support them if you can. Understand I picked a very bad time to try to get people to join on, but it's $5 a month. It's less than a cigar a month, and for what you guys provide, it's well worth it. And I'm throwing the incentive in. Break my bank. Make me pay Cigar for Warriors a ton of money. Just make it happen. And again, guys, can't say enough about you. Hope with the second half of this month goes even better than the first half.
Thank you very much.
All righty, guys.
All right,
we'll see you, Hack.
We'll have a good one. We'll see you soon too.
Yeah,
as soon as we can get up there. Right. All right. Now obviously, guys, we will be back today later on.
Yep.
Talking to Gerard and James. Ed Coleman told me that he will be on. Yeah, he messaged us making sure. So I'm glad to see him as well. He's still nervous on camera, so give him a break. And then we will be talking with Art and the owner of Dame Mas Reserva Tequila. Excuse me,
mm-hmm.
Dame Mas Reserva Tequila. I'll make sure I get the names right. So be sure to tune in for both those shows because I'm very excited. It's a lot of cigar people we've had on this week. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us to all of it. But from my understanding, that doesn't end the guest list, does it?
No. I'm working all the time to try to get guests on the show, you guys. And with yesterday's announcement of PCA closing its doors for 2020, I went ahead and I reached out to the PCA, to their media director, and I said, hey, could we get someone from the board on? And she's like, well, do you want just anybody, or do you want Scott Pierce, who's the executive director of the PCA? And I said, well, I mean, if we have to. No, I'm just kidding. I said, yeah, Mr. Pierce would be fantastic. So she just emailed me back this morning, confirming that he will be on the show Tuesday at 11:30, the regular First Third show. He will be on. So if you guys have any questions for him, you guys can join us at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. For that, we will have him on. I don't know if we'll do the show from Cigars and More or from Culebras. I want to make sure we have enough, quiet space to give him our full attention. But Mr. Scott Pierce, the executive director of PCA, will be on the show. So if you guys have anything you want to talk about with him, it's going to be a good show.
I am excited for that. I'm excited for next year too, because I know PCA will be back, and it's going to be a good show. I think this is going to be some time to rebuild and to restructure, make things even better than they already are.
Mm-hmm.
And like Rocky said, he thinks they're doing a good job. I tend to agree with what Rocky says. He's got a lot more knowledge and just a little more experience than I do in the industry. And I'm curious to see what info we get from Mr. Pierce.
Yes.
And oh my goodness, I'm excited. This is another big one that I got to do some research for.
Yeah, this is another big one. He's definitely really big, especially in the PCA. So, really excited to have him on. And yeah.
All right, thank you for doing that, brother.
And also, on a quick side note, I made 5 for 5 this week.
You were on every single one. I'm very proud of you. Great job. Frankie earned himself a special cigar later.
I'm proud of me too.
But I'm about to buy him one. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You have a great day, and we will see you guys 4 p.m.
Stay safe, stay healthy, guys.
Have a good one.